What up, guys, and welcome back to another Minox King video. Today we're going to show you exactly how I purchased my kx826, otherwise known as pyrilutamide, because I was scrolling through Reddit and a few discussion threads, and there were some people that were promoting like gray market websites and stuff like that. And personally, I don't think you should use gray market stuff because you really don't know what they're cutting it with, right? If you're gonna try this stuff out, if you're gonna experiment with your hair, I suggest that you go directly to the source. So at least if you know something is wrong, you have someone that you can talk to directly and that can show you their entire framework and their entire process. Remember, this has gone through 3 phases of clinical trials, so it's relatively safe. There hasn't been any big side effects or anything like that have been reported. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly how I believe you should get the most bang for your buck and keep yourself safe. All right, so let's see. Now this is a video that I created specifically for this. All right, I made this specifically to show you guys exactly how I would go about getting kx826. So there's a few things that it might be a little confusing, but we're gonna work through it. All right, so first off, you're gonna go to any video that I have on the topic. It's gonna have links to get the kx826 or pyrilutamide in the description, right? So to put into context, and because a lot of people ask me this, I use the 0.5 concentration bottle, blue bottle of kx826. I use 8 sprays a day. I only do it once a day because I'm trying to be economic. I'm trying to, make this stretch, more bang for my buck. So 8 sprays a day will make a 60 milliliter bottle last 2 months. All right, 2 months and a little bit, like maybe 2 months and a week. So when you get a pack of 6, that should last you a year if you're only using 8 sprays a day. All right, the most scientific breakdown of how much I use, that's the best way I can put it to you guys. So keep that in mind. 8 sprays will last you 2 months per bottle. All right, so let's go on and click on it now, and let's start breaking down the pricing. So they sell it in 30 milliliter and 60 milliliter sizes. I personally believe that if you're going to be using this stuff, you should give it at least 3 to 4 months of consistent use before giving up on it, because this stuff takes time. When you're blocking DHT, you're gonna notice that the effects of it aren't shown immediately, but I always recommend that you take progress pictures and stuff like that so that you can see the clear difference of when you begin and when you start. So let's pause right here. So when you're beginning, when you're ending. So let's pause right here. All right, so they have the option to either get a pack of 6 a pre-option to buy a pack of 6, or to buy 6 singles, right? So on top is 6 singles, and on the bottom is a pack of 6, right? So as you can see, if you buy a pack of 6 singles, you're going to be paying $413.94. All right, if you buy the pre-made pack that they have, you get 8% off rip. All right, so you already get a discount for getting a bundle if you get the 6 that they provide. All right, and then on top of that, you'll get an additional 10% off if you use my code Minox Kings. Right there, you see it right there, Minox Kings takes off $41 if you bought a 6-pack of singles, which I do not recommend because that doesn't make sense, or another $38.39 if you get the 6-pack, right? So if you're trying to, like I said, if you're trying to maximize your dollar, make your dollar go stretch the longest, you're gonna want to get the 6-pack of the pre-made bundle. All right, you want to get the 6-pack. Let's see, does it skip ahead? I think I'm gonna actually remove that. All right, so like I said, $345 now, and you get the 10% off. So you're going to put in all your information. Now you can either use your credit card, Apple Pay. I'm showing this on a phone because that's where most of my views come from. So I'm showing this how you do this on the phone. So you see right there, it says $345.60, including the 10% off from my code, plus the 8% off from buying the bottle by buying the pre-made 6 bottles. All right, and then you'll, you know, that's the best way to maximize your savings. Now this 345 should last you a year. This 6-pack should last you a year if you're using 8 sprays a day. If you see, like, I'm gonna post up, if you check any of my videos, you'll see how much hair loss I have when I cover all of the top, all of my frontal scalp, the mid scalp, like all of this gets covered with 8 sprays. All right, so you don't have to drench your head in this stuff, guys. Just get enough to cover your bald spots, your thinning areas, and that's it. You're not supposed to be dripping. You know, less is more in this situation. All right, so now we're gonna skip ahead and show you how it looks if you're gonna get the 0.9% version, the stronger version, the stronger concentration. I don't use this. There have been clinical studies that shows that this is more effective, but when I was doing my scientific when I was doing my, you know, research, and I wanted to, you know, experiment on my own head, I decided I only wanted to use the lower version just to see, like, you know, just to see how much you actually need. Because like I said, I don't like drench my head in this stuff. I use just enough. So I was like, I'll do the 0.5 version for a year, see how it looks, see how it feels, and then if I have to, you know, up the concentration, I would. But again, I'm still only doing it once a day. So with the 0.9 version, it essentially costs double what the 0.5 version costs. And here it's shown a little bit more like clearly how it breaks down. So right there it says buy 3 or more and enjoy 8% off. So if you were to click this option to buy 3 or more, you'd have to get a quantity of 2 to get 2 of the 3 or more. Does that make sense, guys? So if you go for the option of 3 or more, like I think I'm gonna show it to you guys real quick. Hold on. All right. So I'm just adding it to the cart just to show a side by side. All right, there's that. Those are the 3 singles. Or if you get the 3 or more one, right? So with the 3 singles, it would cost $294.30 with the discount code of Minox Kings, giving you $30 off, $32 off. But if you get the 3 bottle pack, you'll get 8% off plus the 10% off for an additional, you know, for a cumulative $30 off, which gives you $20 off if you were to compare. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it this way, if you get the pack, you're gonna be paying less, is essentially the caveat from this. It's a takeaway, guys. If you're gonna buy this stuff, buy in bulk so that you don't have to worry about it for a while and you save your money. All right, so we're gonna, let's see, go to checkout now, and there you go. So code Minox Kings for a 10% discount. I try to keep these videos under 10 minutes so it doesn't waste your time or mine. Let me think. Are there any other questions that I would this ships worldwide. So for anyone that's outside of America and doesn't have the option to use Amazon, because this is on Amazon, but this ships worldwide, guys, worldwide. Make sure you check their website often for discounts. Every month they have wild discounts, like 15% off, like sometimes, right? So couple that with the pack, with the bigger packs, you will be saving yourself the most money that way. All right, so like I said, I want to keep this under 10 minutes. I just want to show you guys where to go to get it directly. You do not want to get this stuff gray market. You do not know what they're putting in it, and even if it seems like it might be, you know, a better idea, we're talking about the long-term ramifications in your health. Do not let your hair mess up your body. All right, people like do things to their hair and then, you know, all of a sudden they're having heart palpitations and stuff like that. We do not want anything like that. All right, guys, we want to keep it safe and we want to stick to something that is consistent. These people have put out case studies and phase 1, 2, 3 clinical trials. Check it out if you're wondering about how that went. But if you're trying to buy this stuff, please go to the direct source at KOSHINE Mall. All right, this is Minox King. I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys later.